All right, so I want to attempt to answer the research question. Um, what is the author trying to portray about his or her society or culture? And before I even get there, I just want to give a little, I guess, background or insight concerning what I researched about the author. It seems as though from my studies that the author was a believer. Gabriel Marquez is the author. It seems as though he was a believer just from some of my research and, a couple of his, bios or findings concerning the stories. He mentioned a bunch of Bible verses, specifically this story that about a very old man with enormous wings. He mentions Hebrews, how we entertain angels unaware. That's in the Bible, so that you know lets me know that he was a believer, or is a believer rather, right? And so I think that the one thing that he's trying to um, do is to portray his culture as one that lacks compassion and that lacks true love for individuals. Because in the story, he talks about as long as the old man was performing miracles, or as long as he was doing things that kind of stimulated those that were around him, they treated him with respect and they treated him with love and they treated him, like he meant something to them. But the minute that he, became, I guess, natural or normal to them, it says that some of them even stoned him or they burned him with stuff. And even before all of that, the first thing that happened was that they put him in a chicken coop. Um, and I think what the author was doing was trying to portray his culture as a people that um, they're there for you as long as you're convenient to their needs. The minute that you are no longer any use to them, it's like a switch turns, and um, they become totally different toward you. And I couldn't help but think about, through this whole reading, and since the author is a believer, I couldn't help but see Jesus in this. And I was thinking about how sometimes even in our lives personally, how we can easily, when things are going good in life and when it seems like everything in our lives are going good, we can easily kind of put God to the side, like, well, I'm just going to sit God over here, and I'm not going to pray, or I'm not going to treat God like he's my father, because everything is going good and I really don't need him right now. So but when it's going bad, I'm just going to pick him up when it's convenient. And that's kind of the message that the author was sending about his own culture. It's like the man, or the angel, if you will. It was like like I said before, they just treated him good as long as he was convenient to their need, and even so much so that the woman, the wife, Peleo's wife, the story tells us that she charged commission, right? She charged commission for people to come in and see this old man, and made a fortune off of his gift, so much so that she was able to buy a new house and stuff like that. And the author was portraying how it's so easy for people to use you for your gifts and use you for your talents, but care nothing about you. And in a sense, she was prostituting his gift, or putting a monopoly on his gift, in a sense. And that was just showing the dishonor and the disrespect, right, of the culture that he lived in. And I believe, like I said, I believe the number one thing that the author was attempting to portray about his culture or his society is, like I said, the lack of true compassion and the lack of love and honor that they show for people. And not because of what they can do, or not because of their talents, or not because of their gifts, but I feel like he was saying that they just don't know what true compassion is. And it kind of made me look in the mirror. This story, while reading it, even if it's a short fiction story, there's truth to it. It kind of made me look in the mirror and think, like, wow, am I using people, or am I just showing compassion toward people when it's convenient for my life? And so I believe that the author was very effective in getting his point across, not only, you know, to the readers at large, but to me personally. So I believe that's what he did in this story.